Well, we're back at the scene of the recently run Summer Cup 2024, proudly brought to you by Betway. We're back on the standside track for a 9-race program. No features for Tuesday's fair. It'll be one of 3 local meetings this week. It is a Tuesday racing Turffontein, a Thursday the Val, and back to Turffontein on Saturday. And what is good to look forward to, on the 14th at Turffontein, we have a twilight meeting which went down so well a couple of weeks ago. Well, I welcome you to our start of our local racing Tuesday. That is, we're recording on a Monday, and I'm happy to say that Daryl and Clyde have survived their trip to the course, and they live to tell the tale. And of course, sadly, it is dominated for most people by the results that weren't quite as expected. Good morning.
Yeah, congrats to each and every one of the winners and their connections. Fantastic day's racing. Yes.
Fantastic.
I love the
fantastic.
atmosphere on course.
Wow, I haven't seen that.
Couldn't back a winner.
Maybe that's why we couldn't. Yeah. But we hope to get back on the horse, so to speak, rapidly on Tuesday. I hope you can help us, give us a leg up rather, to get back on the horse. Race 2 is the first leg of the bipod, and we have you to tell us your selections.
Yes, I've played wide in the opening leg. Now, with regards to the first timers, Mr. Terrier said his 2 may need the run.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
one of them has been scratched, huh? The 13 Panning Silver.
Oh.
So it's just left
Okay,
with Golden Alexia, and recently scratched, and that leaves Golden Alexia.
Thank you. I don't want to misquote him. Let me just see. Yes, may need the run. Now, I've got numbers 2, 3, and 10. I haven't included one of his first numbers. Well, the only one now, number 10. But with regards to the race runners, I'm leaning towards numbers 2 and 3. Now, number 3, Diane Stenger's inmate, and that is Winter in Paris, looked outstanding going to the start last time out. She really caught the eye. I think the drop to the 1,000 meters is what made for the improvement. Because it looks like she's got breathing issues. So maybe the minimum trip is what worked to be in her favor last time out. The form line, I'm skeptical because of the horses that finished behind her were moderate sorts. The filly that beat her has done extremely well since exiting the maiden rank. She's placed in both of those outings. She's drawn on the right side. I think she'll be thereabouts in this lineup. I'm leaning towards number 2 as the likely winner, Lilac Snow. Now, this is her first run over 1,000 meters, but she's been off a few months. She may race fresh and get away with 1,000 meters, but I love the fact that they've acquired the services of Gavin Lorena. Now, just look at their stats. 16 runners for 6 winners and 4 seconds, drawn hard up against the outside. I think we're going to see a marked improvement on her behalf. And then number 10 is the Unraced Horse. She's well related to some winners, especially those competing over sprinting trips. So I don't think the form offers that strong, hence my inclusion of number 10.
Right, 2, 3, 10, and that is how we start the bipod, our first big exotic on Tuesday. Please be on by 12:35. Well, I don't know if we'll get 13,000 as a dividend for the PA, which was the case on a Saturday, but generally all the dividends, all the exotics paid well, including the 2 jackpots and the 3 jackpots rather, and the 2 bipods. Let's get to race 3. First leg of the PA rather, and that is our first handicap of the afternoon, Ameritrade at 89. It's over the 2,000 meters, and in race number 3, just having a look at the last show ahead, it is quite tight at the top. The 4 Birthright from the stable that produced the 2024 Summer Cup winner. That is the Alec Laird stable. That is at 19 at 10. 2-1 is the 1 Mount Darwin. The 6 Douglas Dragon, 4-1. It is 5-1 and a better bar though. So quite a competitive little start to the PA, Mr. Marie. Mount Darwin, no slouch. And, of course, the distance won't be a problem. Birthright, stable, bang in form, and Douglas Dragon back to winning ways last time.
Yeah, indeed. Mr. Laird's stables turned. Please believe you me, Mr. Pettigrew's coming to form now. So I think the race stops there. Numbers 1 and 4. If you go back to the DJ Junior run, Birthright, without the blinkers, beat Douglas Dragon and is better off at the weight. So I think he will confirm that form. And in my mind, Birthright's even better with the blinkers. He never wore the blinkers behind DJ Junior. So yeah, 1 and 4. Now 1 and 4 actually met last time out, and the 4 beat the 1. Birthright beat Mount
Number one.
Darwin,
Uh-huh.
and he's better off at the weights because of the apprentice allowance.
Yes.
But in saying that, now you've got the services of Gavin Lorena. So yes, I'm leaning towards Mount Darwin having his peak run. I think this is a nice race for him to notch up another victory. But once again, there shouldn't be much separating himself in Birthright. Yeah, 1 and 4 to fight it out. I think Douglas Dragon is booked for third.
Well, Gavin would be looking to make it unbeaten on the one. He's ridden it once, Mount Darwin, and that was for a victory not so long ago, 10th of August 2024. That was over the 1800 meters. Bank of the one, and then it is horses. There's a banker in the third leg. We'll touch on that when we touch on the first leg of the jackpot. 144 Rand. At the off time is 10 past 1 to the PA. Well, for the first leg of the pick six, that is race number 4, as we continue our look ahead to racing on a Tuesday at Turffontein after the running of the Betway Summer Cup. It is Betway bringing you the Way to Win show with our usual expert analyst, Mr. Daryl Marie. Now, for race number 4, we stay over the distance of 2,000 meters. A bigger field of 11 runners go to start, and it certainly could be a very, very competitive affair. Just having a look at the betting, early shows show the 2, Roman's Revenge, your favorite at 22 to 10, hoping to make it 3 on the trot since winning that maiden. The 3, Celtic Rush, get it right one of these days, always there or thereabouts, 5 to 1. Number 6, Panning Gold, 7 to 1. As well as number 10, Flag Bearer, 7 to 1, 8 to 1, and better bar those quoted runners. Well, the apprentice has got another chance to try and to utilize that 4 kgs on the 10, Flag Bearer. Where are your loyalties, Mr. Marie?
Yes, let's touch on Flag Bearer now. We all expected the apprentice to get to the front. In his penultimate start, he only was set to carry 48 kilograms, and it was very surprising to see him languishing towards the back of the field. So I have no doubt in my mind, Mr. Bronkhorst is going to say to Garish, make sure you get him out, get to the front, you're drawn towards the outside. So even if you come out slow, you got that long back straight to race a bit wide and go handy. He will keep on galloping. Whether he can fend them off or not remains to be seen. But barring his penultimate start, Cecil, the son of Flying the Flag, is ultra consistent.
Yeah.
No weight on his back, handy. You'll get a run for your money, if just as long as he's handy.
Okay.
Only a Poet, lovely debut on the Highveld for Wayo. Got collared very late in that race. It looked like he was going to hold on.
Yes, by the brother.
And Gavin just dug down deep on DeMarco's jet and got there in the dying strides. Obviously, he's going to strip fitter. You know, Wayo, in these staying types, he gets them to improve. He would have figured him out. I like his chances.
The last time when only a Poet ran behind DeMarco's jet, you tipped us a full go not to be ignored, and today?
Yeah, I think only a Poet will confirm that form from what I saw. But I do believe Full Go's one for the trifectas and quartets. I certainly do believe that. You know, I'm leaning towards Celtic Rush reversing the form with Panning Gold, who finished ahead of him last time out. And the reason for me saying this, and despite the turnaround in weights, because Trent claimed on that day, Trent was on the fence, and around the bend he already started moving off the fence and he became exposed. If you recall, Birthright skipped and Trent fetched him, and it looked like the two were going to dominate, but I believe he just pulled the trigger a bit too soon with a more patient ride. It looks like we are probably going to see who's going to go to the front of here.
Well, Roman's Revenge is
Celtic Rush. Celtic Rush. It looks like he's going to get to the front or sit behind Flag Bearer. So things will work out well for him. And then Roman's Revenge, we have to touch on him. Although the penny has dropped for the Son of Fire way, the form line hasn't worked out. The second, the third, and the fourth have both run twice since then. And all 3 have run unplaced in both their next 2 starts, which is a huge concern. But He's improving, and it looks like he's going about things the right manner. I don't know. I'll make this tricky, more open than what the betting suggests.
2, 3, 7, and 10. 2,160 Rand is the total outlay. Field at the back. If you make it to past the fifth leg, you can stand in the queue. 13:45 is the start of the pick six. Well, now that the Summer Cup has been run, we look forward to the 2025 edition. Now it's all eyes on the Betway PSL, and great to see so many of the former guys who used to be stars on their day, and of course legends in their own time, as ambassadors for Betway at the Summer Cup on Saturday. And the top, well, suddenly it's a breathing space for Sundowns. Pirates had a chance to be back on top or share the lead with Sundowns on Saturday. And yesterday they unfortunately lost, and that opens it up. But Mr. Marie, back to the racing, race number 5. This is back in distance, 1,600 meters, and we've got the unbeaten Heather's Boy back at the track, and it's 9-20. 9-2 about the 4 Truth now gelded. The 1 Guy Gibson, 15-2. It's 9-1 and a bet about those. Craig retains the right. Obviously, he's the retained rider for Lady Laidlaw. And the thing here, this was onward and upward. I think people will still be licking their wounds about the other of the superstars from the Cock stable, the 3-year-old on Saturday.
Yeah, we certainly are. Yeah, if you have a look at the best weighter column over here, it favors the older sorts. Well, the filly, the 4-year-old filly Champagne Cocktail, is best weighted ahead of Guy Gibson, the 4-year-old, trained by Mr. Magna and ridden by Diego. Now, Diego gets a good tune out of him. But I'm looking at the 3-year-olds as the likely winners over here. Now, obviously, Heather's Boy's unbeaten, and he's been nominated for the WSB Cape Met. Form has been franked, done little wrong. I mean, and he could be anything, the son of Rafif. But I might just add that Mr. De Kock didn't have the best of days on Saturday. And the horse I backed him up with is trained by Candice Dawson. And all our horses, barring, I think, Wild at War, who must have excuses, ran extremely well on Saturday. I think you can follow her stable. Her stable's turning. Now, Truth is in receipt of 0.5 kilogram from Heather's Boy. He's been gelded. He's back at Turffontein on the standside track. Although he's only had 1 start around the bend at Turffontein, he's unbeaten on the standside track. In his second start, when he beat Don't Cry For Me, that was over 1,400. Cecil, this horse was extending at the finish. I have no doubt that the mile is more than within his reach. I think he's crying out for this trip. He needed his comeback effort last time out. Just put a line through his 2 runs at Gravel. I cannot believe the discrepancy in the market between numbers 3 and 4 over here. Listen, Heather's Boy could win convincingly, but I don't believe the one deserves to be 9-20 and the other one 9-2. I think there's a lot of value in Truth at 9-2. So yes, 3 and 4 to fight it out. Just based on the odds are available, I think I'm leaning towards the 4 over the 3.
All right, 3 and the 4. That is the suggested opening leg of the first jackpot. That is race number 5, and certainly a nice race, lacking in quantity, but not lacking in quality. All right, as we get into our second jackpot of the afternoon, it is race number 6, the 6th of 9. That'll be off at 5 minutes to 3. We have another odds-on favorite in this Racing 244 Racing for you, merit rated 98 handicap for 3-year-olds over the 1,400 meters. And here the favorite is at 7-10, number 2, Wolf Mountain, last seen running in the Graham back and finishing literally close up with the Moonlight Trader 0.05 lengths behind. Literally, the judge had to take a pretty long look at the finish, and that is at 7-10. 33-10 is the 3 Grey Jet, 11-2 the 4, and that is the Schwarzenanda. The 5 bus stop announcers at 10-1, 12-1, and better bar those quoted runners. All right, Mr. Marie, we're looking at race number 6, another very, very decent race for a Tuesday.
Lovely race. Yeah, Cecil, I studied the book yesterday afternoon, and after I looked at the book, I went and looked at the betting, and I must be honest, when I saw this also at 7-10, I spat my coffee out. I couldn't.
Oh, you were drinking coffee in that heat?
Yeah, I couldn't believe he's been priced up at 7-10. In my mind, that's ludicrous. I will sit here and say, he won't trade under 16 to 10. More than double the price. I don't know. I could be way off the mark. Listen, it was a cracking effort last time out in the Graham Beck, but he was ridden to perfection by Pierre and he just got collared late. He picked up a penalty for running second. Yes, musical scores Frank that form and fire attack.
Ran
But
second in the Dingaan. So it's
but
second, yeah.
he is not going to be able to dictate it at his own terms at turffontein on Tuesday because Schwarzenegger, last time out, wasn't allowed to use his stride, unfortunately. He got caught behind runners. I think the connections are going to say to Marco, make sure you try to get to the front. If not, go handy. You can put a line through his last start. He's much better than that effort. Then you got the likes of Daring Dash, number 1, who's a natural pace setter. There's so much pace in this race. I don't think Wolf Mountain is going to get to the front end and be able to dictate. So I think he is going to drift in the market. Grey Jet, yes, the form line hasn't been frank, but the son of Denon Platina is not a sprinter. The fact that he won over 1160 on debut has to indicate that he's well above average. He will love the step up in trip and watch him even when he goes over further. Troy Zanardo just put a line through his last start. In that race was Fire Attack, who came out and ran second in the Dingaans and beat Great Tricks. Bus Stop in Hounslow, Cecil, people are writing him off. Have a look at the weight he's set to carry, 52.5. He's receiving a lot of weight from Wolf Mountain. And I actually give Robert Browning a huge winning chance over here. Yes, people are going to say he only beat Dylan's champ. But 52 drawn 1. I think in receipts of 7 kilograms from Wolf Mountain, I wouldn't be shocked to see him finish ahead of Wolf Mountain. Cecil, I'm planning to beat this favorite. I can't believe he's 7 or 10. Let's see, I could be wrong. I made Great Tricks the best bets of the year. I was proven wrong. Maybe Wolf Mountain trades under evens, but I can't see it happening.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6 at 270 Rand. It will be the outlay after that wide start to the jackpot 2, and that is starting at 5 minutes to 3. All right, so you're still with us here on Weighted Win, proudly brought to you by the sponsors of the newly inaugurated Betway PSL League, which is now going to be going into a Christmas break, I think, before we really see it heat up as we head to the second half of the season. We're racing, and it's race number 7 at Turffontein. Again, another competitive race, quite a highly rated handicap. Affiliates and Mares 97. You can put a line through the 2. That's My Baby, recently scratched. Another Sean Terry Charger scratched. But favoritism in race number 7, one of a couple that are in the colors of the Vilkabost. It is the 4, Sawita, who is at 18 to 10. The 1, Aduena, is at 15 to 4. The 6, Queen of Love, 15 to 4, as well as the 7, Alabama Anna. 15 to 4 is 13 to 2, and better bar those. It is 8 runners left in the field, and being competitive, I think Mr. Marie has done a lot of studying, so let's give him the floor to race number 7.
Once again, I think the betting's all wrong here.
Hence, I said, let's give you the floor.
Yes, Sueta. How do you pronounce it?
Suita.
Sueta.
Yeah, that's a town, a little town in
Okay.
Spain, I think.
I mean, you can't really fault her. She's had 5 starts straight for 2 wins, and she's never finished out the money. She's been off the track for 4 months. Her form line of her last starts is very, very skeptical. In that same race was Alabama Anna, but none of the runners from their form line, and there have been 20-odd runners, have yet to win a race. 4 months off the track, a wide draw to contend with. Yes, she may be the best horse in this race in a few months to come, but in this Fillies and Mares handicap, there's a lot against her. And I don't think she's going to be anywhere near ready or readied up for this race. So I think she's going to drift in the market. I loved what I saw from Queen of Love in her penultimate start. If you recall that race, they swallowed her up going through the 400. She was in front. She dropped back to 4th or 5th position, and Pierre came again and got the better of the hot pot favorite in Say It Loud. Cecil, do you know that was her first run after 5.5 months off the track? Then a week and a bit late, 2 weeks later, she contested the feature event, and I thought that it was a flat run, and maybe she was a bit outclassed at this stage of her career. But now she's having a peak run. She's been on the stand side track once before, well, twice, but when winning her maiden and beating Mary Reid, who I believe was very unfortunate at the Val last time out, she was ultra impressive. Cabello with 52 is going to push forward. This filly is super fit now. So I'm leaning towards number 6 as the likely winner, and I think there's a lot of value about her. Alabama Anna, I don't think she likes the stand side track, so I'm playing to beat her. The filly I'll make the danger is number 5, Blue Horizon. In her penultimate start, I thought she moved a bit too soon, but she holds Duena on that run. And then last time out, you have to watch the replay. She fly jumped, she got balked in the straight. She's way better than that run, and she's come down another pound in the ratings. So 6 and 5 to fight it out. I'm playing to beat, what is the top 2 in the market?
Yeah, that is Sweeter and Duena.
Yeah, I'm playing to beat both of them. And
Okay.
Alabama Anna.
All right, 5 and 6 in the first leg of the double, and then this is, of course, the start of the penultimate double as well as the first leg of the pick 3. 3, 4, 6 in race number 8. All right, so we saw the first leg of the last pick 3. That was race number 7. 5 and 6 are the numbers suggested by Daryl. Now into that first leg of the last double, and 3, 4, 6 are the numbers for Mr. Marie in that second leg of the penultimate double. So that would render it the first leg of the last double. Let's see if he is going to stick with that or he's going to cover. But in race number 8, the 6, that is Palace Dancer, is at 22 to 10. Number 3, Tried and True is the 3 to 1. 72 is the 4, and that is Boom Boom. It's 5 to 1 about the 2. Rattlebag 12 to 1 and better bar those. Now this is a Fillies and Mares 80. It's over the 1400 meters, and confirming the scratching. 5 future date, which was the first scratching for Tuesday's book. Tried and True really did blow me away on the last time out. I said, well, it'll be found out by the extra coming back from Durban. But it seems Robin gets it right. It's not the only one that has gone down to Durban and then come up, having a run on the poly as well.
Yeah. Yeah, she's turned the corner for a new yard. Tried and True. You know, she was doing it a bit hard last time out over the mile, and despite that, she still ran away with victory. So you have to be super impressed with that. Mr. Poe was desperately unlucky in the big one, the Betway Summer Cup.
Yeah.
I mean, his horse ran a cracker.
It did.
But yeah, it looks like she's in a rich vein of form. Number 3, Tried and True, and I like her chances. In saying that, there's quite a bit of pace in the race. Now, originally when I opened the book, I thought these bottom weights could feature the likes of Southern Style and Can't Catch Me. But have a look at how much they're under sufferance, says. Can't Catch Me. I mean, she's a net 68. Southern Style a net 73. Southern Style is 3.5 kilograms under sufferance. So she needs to raise her game as a 5-year-old mare. So I'm a little bit in doubt with regards to their chances when I had a closer look. Great Barrier is one that I left out that if you're playing wider, I would have wanted to include her.
They've fitted the blinkers.
Yeah, they fitted her with the blinkers. So, but my perm was costly. Palace Dancer, she's been fair since exiting the maiden ranks, but consistent. I don't know if she's maybe a pound or two still too high, but I can see her featuring. The one I'm leaning towards is number 4, Boom Boom, Fani Broncos filly. Now, in her last start, she moved up and it looked like she was going to fight out the finish. She just got collared very late in that race, and that was by Happy Mo. Have a look at her course and distance form. She's won from one of the track and trip. So I think this is probably her course and distance that she's most effective over. I love her chances, Boom Boom, and I respect Tried and True. My third pick is the Tony Peter trained Palace Dancer, and then if you want to go wider, Great Barrier. But 4 from 3 for me.
4 from 3, and of course the Boom Boom were well named, the mother's quick single, and Boom Boom would be a winner selection. Certainly is knocking on the door very, very loudly. In fact, if you look close at some of the recent runs, quite unlucky in 1 or 2. Right, the curtain comes down on Tuesday racing at turffontein at 20 to 5 is the scheduled time for a merit rated at 86 handicap. It's over the 1160. And in a race number 9, looking at the betting as we have it at this time, this is a Monday morning show. We are looking at favoritism in a race number 9. It should be an interesting betting race. 5 to 2 is number 3, and that is Pennsylvania. Number 1, Water Tiger, 3 to 1. Number 4, Sea Wolf is at 7 to 2. The 7, the Navy Lark, is at 7 to 1, 17 to 2, and better bar those. Just to confirm, the Navy Lark was a scratching when due to run on Summer Cup Day, which is the last Saturday, so there is no form update to give you. And just looking at form, the 6 Coppola comes back in trip, and please know the stable companion 6 Coppola and the 9 Sea Shanty both have the blinkers on for Tuesday's race number 9. And just that form line, Mr. Marie. Turbo Power was also in that race, way behind, but Coppola was going over the 1450. Wolf Mountain has run second from that. We're the Logans fourth, and Lutuli, I think, was the winner of that race.
Yeah, there's quite a few form lines that are holding up over here, namely the one you just pointed out, and then Sea Wolf's form lines. The second, third, and fourth all won their next start. The fifth ran second. And maybe he's actually better than what they originally thought. I mean, last time out he was allowed to stride and he never stopped. Pennsylvania. I think the son of Lancaster Bombers, highly regarded by the yard. Came to the track with a reputation. They backed him on debut. He drifted out race time. But last time out, he had the racing control from the jump. Never in doubt. Gavin sticks with him, drawn on the outside. The second horse came out slow with Ocean of the weekend. Green Street finished way back. I found 2 roughies over here at the bottom of the board. Says, you need to go watch Secret Chord's last run. Sign on to YouTube, search Racing Today. Watch his last start. He never got a run. The horses he was following or behind fell back on him. He had to switch, and then he found interference very late. So it says steadied late, but prior to that, he was badly eased at a crucial stage. So he just needs to reproduce a similar effort to that and get a clear run. He'll be right there at the finish. And then Sea Shanty, he's currently 20 to 1. We loved his chances last time out because of the fact that he met interference. Remember, things got very tight for him on the running rail, on the inside running rail. And then he just never put in an effort. Now they're trying him with blinkers. Maybe, just maybe, we can see some form return on his behalf. He's down to a 72 now, Sea Shanty. He's one of the course and distance. So I think there is value about numbers 8 and 9. This is a tricky race. I've just taken a swinger box with my 2 roughies and the current favorite, Pennsylvania, who could be the stable elect.
3, 8, and 9 those are the numbers for a suggested swinger box from Mr. Marie. As we say, thank you. 20 to 5 will be the off time to race number 9.